See, dry areas has traditionally, because of the circumstances of the harsh weather, uh, less resources, less water and poor infrastructure, have been disadvantaged, and but somehow have been able to sustain the population. But now in the face of new challenges, the climate change, globalizations and conflicts, urbanizations, the pressure or the problems or constraints are increasing very rapidly, but at the same time the population growth is also increasing. So now there is a pressure, the double pressure. One is these systems are becoming less resilient, more vulnerable, but at the same time they have to support more people. So this double, unless we really do something to address or to work to make these systems more sustainable, it might create bigger problem not only for these systems but also for other systems in the world. So that's why it is very important that we really make a special systemic effort in drylands to improve sustainability, to produce sufficient nutritious food for the people, and also it creates opportunity for the employment for the people, and also dealing with the climate change impacts. It is true that dry areas are really highly constrained. They have a number of constraints and have low productivity. But at the same time, I think we need to look at the drylands in also in the positive sense. There are two sides, always there are two sides. The negative side where you have low productivity and many other constraints, but dryland also presents a big opportunity because the drylands produce certain food grains which are called nutri-cereals, millets, sorghum, quinoa and legumes which have high highly nutritious and the also addresses the issues of glycemic index, also they are gluten free. So they are really solving many health problems, but somehow as on today only three major crops are covering the plate or diet or the food, 60% the maize, rice and wheat. But these crops which are really resilient, which can be grown under harsh environment, under the climatic variable conditions, but also give or provide nutritious food, if these are promoted at the world scale, global scale, if we are able to create the global market, it will really incentivize producing these crops into these environment, which also not only sustain the communities, also will give them income, will give them nutrition, and it will be a win-win situation for the whole world, because other part of the world also gets good nutritious food, and our whole overall diet become more sustainable, more nutritious, and we are into a better world. Definitely, if we are able to create good demand for these rain-fed or dryland crops, then if you have more demands, you are going, the people are going to make more investment, more technologies, more production, more processing, and all these also will help many more people to retain actually in these production systems environment, will create more jobs, reduce conflicts, because another issue is conflict. Once people have less resources, less income, then there is a conflict in terms of the resource sharing, and also conflict because people are not getting anything, and then also there is a more burden on women because men are shifting to other areas. So if you are able to address this one issue, is going to solve many problems in terms of conflict, gender empowerment, nutrition and income, and which is very critical also in terms of when we talk about land degradation neutrality. So unless the individual farmers make investment to sustain and support these production system, then no external intervention alone would be able to achieve this land degradation neutrality. So once you make the system more resilient and profitable for the farming systems and the people, they will make investment to make them more sustainable. So we are actually addressing many goals if we are really focusing to improve these systems. So here the issue is, but now I think I would say this current movement of in the history of time is a time where we need to make less effort to get success in this particular creating demand, because already now there is a lot of awareness among people. People are looking for these kind of foods, but there is a disconnect. There is no value chains developed. There are no big companies and commercial in businesses are into this business. So despite already automatically created interest and demand which is not converted into demand, so now with a small effort and a small push by the research and development communities, we can create that intention of the consumers to eat this kind of food into demand, and then bring in the private sector, it can really help. But at the same time, not only selling these communities, but also we have to do certain nutritional studies. So there are certain issues which we can fix, and then we are able to produce those kind of product which consumers needs.